We are in unprecedented times. The positive changes that President Trump and his administration are enacting are the most revolutionary since our country was founded. President Trump promised the American people that he would make these changes, which includes cracking down on wasteful spending of our money. But changes like these are a challenge and cannot be accomplished by one man. Luckily, President Trump has activated a Justice League of Heroes to help. One of these heroes is Elon Musk. He is a businessman, an engineer, a rocket scientist, and a father. His curiosity and scientific mind has propelled the world farther and farther towards an exciting future. But some are unhappy with his membership in Trump's Justice League. They also seem to be enraged by his progress thus far in his position as an advisor to the president and as head of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, where as of March 11th, 2025, he has found $105 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse of spending, according to DOGE's wall of receipts. Who could possibly be unhappy with this, and why? It seems that most of those that are so troubled by the saving of our tax dollars sit on a certain side of the aisle, the left side, though some on the right as well, but mostly the left. You know, the ones who are constantly virtue signaling and expressing their suicidal empathy for the quote-unquote oppressed, like immigrants, economically disadvantaged households, and the marginalized who are disproportionately affected by climate change. Elon Musk is everything that the Democrats say they want working in government. An immigrant raised by a single mom and works to reduce carbon emissions by building the coolest electric cars in the world. Those that seem upset by Elon Musk's and DOGE's work are proposing ideas that suggest Elon and his work may not be what it seems, that maybe his aim is not to save money for the taxpayer. But you know, I learned from Jack Posobiec that usually the purpose of a thing is what it does. And DOGE is finding where the government can cut back and save money for those of us that are funding it. There are many things said about Elon Musk. Things like, he shouldn't have access to your private information.
They have accessed highly sensitive personal information on Americans at the Department of Treasury, including Social Security numbers, bank accounts, and other very sensitive information.
That his cuts will lead to some losing their health care or financial assistance.
Is that the only punishment that you were kicked out, sir? Is there something?
I don't know. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment. This is about the people who are being punished by virtue of losing their health care.
And that he is a Nazi. But let's critically think through the allegations against Musk. Not to prove our way of thinking is right, but in pursuit of truth. We can use first principles to reason if these accusations are true statements. All Americans should think through this and be concerned with what the government is doing with our money. We need to know if what Elon Musk is doing with DOGE will help or harm us. I am mostly speaking to those that believe what the Democrats and the mainstream media are saying about Elon Musk is true. When we come back, we'll go into these allegations one by one and analyze them in the pursuit of truth. Welcome back. There are many making accusations against Elon Musk. Are they true? As citizens of the United States, it is our duty to pursue the truth about what is happening with our government and with our money that they are spending. So let's start to go through the allegations and see if they are reasonable. So why shouldn't Elon Musk have access to your private information? We give our private information to a lot of people: banks, electric companies, cell phone carriers, mortgage companies, healthcare providers, numerous government agencies, and many more. Why do we get concerned about giving out our private information? We're worried someone will get a hold of it and buy things in our name that we will be responsible for. We are concerned about people stealing from us. This far into the digital age, most of us have been a victim of identity theft, hacking, or organizational leaks. We all know how much this can affect our lives. Not only is it time-consuming and stressful to fight unauthorized charges that these organizations do little to protect the consumer from, but it can be expensive. So it is understandable to be anxious about others having access to our addresses, phone numbers, and social security numbers. But it seems those that say Elon Musk should not have access to our private information are tapping into an emotional response: anxiety. When you are tapped into an emotional response, it suppresses your ability to think critically. Let's put our emotions aside and ask, is there any evidence for this statement? Actually, there is only evidence for the opposite. Has he ever done anything like what they are suggesting? No. He has proven many times that money is not his motivation for anything he does. Neither he nor anyone who works at DOGE are paid by the federal government. And according to Elon, he wouldn't take money from a certain CEO in advertising revenue in exchange for censoring users of X.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself. But go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
If he won't take money from Bob Iger to censor X users, he probably doesn't care about the $600 from your Aunt Shirley in your savings account. You know who does care? Biden. Yes, it was the Biden administration that proposed a measure in 2021 as part of the American Families Plan that would have required banks and financial institutions to report certain information to the IRS about accounts with annual transactions totaling $600 or more. But that's a side point. Many are saying that Musk should not have access to our social security numbers. Why exactly? Do you think he's going to steal it to take out a loan in your name? He is the richest man in the world. He is worth billions of dollars. Why would he do that? He can get a loan in his own name way easier than yours.
Let's just say it's not rocket science. I know rocket science.
There is also no reduction in security for Elon or DOGE. If a member of DOGE or Musk needs access to your information to do their investigation, they must be vetted and pass a security clearance to access your information, just like the tens of thousands of government employees need in order to access your information now. Elon Musk has never been charged or even accused of misusing anyone's private information, which, if you've ever used the X platform, bought a Tesla, or used PayPal, you've already given his businesses at least some of your private information. In fact, he has always been an advocate for the consumer, which is why he started PayPal. PayPal protects consumers through security measures, policies, and programs designed to keep your private information safe while shopping online. So is the statement, Elon Musk shouldn't have access to your private information, reasonable? Not if you base your answer on his past behavior and current practices we've all been fine with thus far. After this break, we will get into the other accusations about Elon Musk and DOGE's role in healthcare, assistance, and safety. Welcome back. Now that we have examined the issue of our private information being in the hands of Elon Musk and DOGE, let's explore the concern of people losing access to assistance programs. There are those that say if certain government agencies go through with DOGE's suggested cuts, that people will lose their health care if they use Medicare or Medicaid or other assistance programs such as food stamps. Some say that if he investigates fraud, waste, and abuse in these programs, it will be harder to get people the assistance they need. Proper reasoning would suggest that cutting fraud, waste, and abuse would make it easier for those that truly need these programs to get them. Because fraud, waste, and abuse clog up the system and limit the assistance one can get access to. And which line item so far has done this? Which cut that he has suggested so far would keep people from the assistance they need? You can see on doge.gov each line item and see the receipts. So if it is happening, you can easily point it out. Where is the line item that takes away assistance programs for the needy? Some also propose that if DOGE suggests cuts to government safety programs, that our well-being will be in jeopardy, such as with air travel safety. They tout that those in air traffic control that keep us safe will lose their jobs and not be available to make sure our plane rides are free from danger. They have suggested that some recent plane crashes have been a result of Elon's money-saving recommendations, which induced layoffs. DOGE did not fire any air traffic controllers. In fact, Musk posted to X about needing to hire more air traffic controllers. He cannot hire or fire anyone. DOGE cannot hire or fire anyone from any department or program. DOGE can only make suggestions that spending be investigated. They also say that the people Elon has working at DOGE are too young and so must not know what they are doing, about the ages of 18 to 20, and that this puts assistance and safety programs at risk because someone of that age is too inexperienced to know what they are doing. Kind of sounds like ageism. Some sources mention staff as young as 19 or 20 conducting interviews with seasoned federal employees or reviewing agency systems, tasks usually reserved for those with decades of experience. A Newsweek article in February of 2025 listed DOGE staff and shows ages as young as 19, 21, 23, and 25, alongside older members up to 67, making the average age around 35. Critics latch on to the young end of the employees, arguing that individuals barely out of college lack the experience to make decisions affecting a $6 trillion federal budget, or to evaluate civil servants. They are about as young as David Hogg, the vice chair of the DNC, who is 24. And the left argues that you are experienced enough to start gender transitioning with puberty blockers as young as 10. So you're old enough at 10 to make a decision that will change your body, health, and future. But the age range of 19 to 35 is too young to review employee performance and agency systems. Their logic is inconsistent. So are people going to lose their health care, assistance, or safety programs due to Elon Musk and DOGE auditing government spending? It doesn't stand to reason so. When we come back, we will go into the worst accusation of all against Elon Musk. Thank you for coming back. We've discovered so far that the complaints against Elon Musk and DOGE of misuse of our private information and a risk of those in need losing their assistance programs are unreasonable concerns. Let's continue with the worst accusation of all. Ah, yes, that age-old card the left just can't let go of, even though they have used it so much that it has definitely not had the impact it used to. Critics say that Elon Musk is a Nazi. They use this picture as an evidence, saying this image shows him doing a Nazi salute. Again, let's go back to first principles. Is this truly a Nazi salute? Let's watch the full video so we can get a true picture through context.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
When taking into account the full context of the video, we can see that this is a freeze frame of a millisecond of time used to manipulate a real moment to lead you into a belief. This is called malinformation, the manipulation of the truth. In fact, this can be used on anyone who is waving. Let's take a look. We must also take into context what he is saying. He says, "My heart goes out to you." What does that mean exactly? It's a way to say that your emotions, your heart, is reaching out to connect with or comfort a person. The phrase is commonly used to convey warmth and sincerity. How many Nazis are out there getting so warm and fuzzy? So those saying or repeating that Musk is a Nazi either don't know what a Nazi is, or they are spreading disinformation. Again, let's reason through this. Would a Nazi buy Twitter for $44 billion just so others could use it to call him a Nazi, among other terrible things? He bought it so we could have free speech. Nazis are not into free speech. The Nazi regime passed laws that allowed the government themselves to arrest individuals without trial and suppress publications deemed a threat to public order, effectively giving the Nazis legal cover to silence critics. They passed laws that criminalized statements that insulted or criticized the Nazi regime, its leaders, or its policies, even in private conversations. Penalties ranged from imprisonment to death, effectively halting any form of dissent or free speech among citizens. These measures collectively eradicated free speech by centralizing control over communication, punishing dissent, and enforcing ideological conformity. The Nazis didn't phrase these as anti-free speech laws, but as necessary for national security or public order, a common tactic to justify authoritarian restrictions. It is leaders on the left that have been trying to pass very similar restrictions, such as censoring what we can say on social media. It is leaders on the left that hide censorship behind hate speech laws and encourage big tech to shadow ban voices they deem dangerous, aka that they disagree with. Is Elon doing any of these types of things? No. He is doing the exact opposite by purchasing what is now X and ensuring free speech, and by not implementing any of the policies that the Biden administration pressured Meta into, according to its CEO, Mark Zuckerberg.
It was during the Biden administration when they were trying to roll out the vaccine program. And Yeah, I'm generally like pretty pro rolling out vaccines. I think on balance, the vaccines are more positive than negative. But I think that while they're trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who is basically arguing against it. And they pushed us super hard to take down things that were honestly were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. All these different agencies and branches of government basically just like started investigating, coming after our company. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Another point to ponder. A Nazi does not confront bureaucracy. A true Nazi believes the state should be in charge of everything. They want as much bureaucracy as possible. A true Nazi, a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, wants to control every aspect of your life. They do that with as much government as possible, not by trying to reduce it. By the way, I don't know of any African American Nazis, or any Nazis that have visited the Prime Minister of Israel and toured the sites of October 7th. Now, you may be asking yourself, and rightfully so, why would anyone make up lies like this if they weren't true? Well, let's reason on that. Who benefits from these narratives? As I mentioned, usually the point of a thing is what it does. In this case, the thing is a system that has been wasting our money, abusing its power to spend it, and in some cases, fraudulently funneling it. Maybe that is why the bureaucrats of over 400 government agencies and departments, according to USA.gov, don't want Elon and DOGE to do what the American people voted for them to do. They don't want the money to stop flowing to them. They don't want to stop the waste, fraud, and abuse because they benefit from it. They benefit from people not trusting Elon. The bureaucratic leviathan is what benefits from these lies. It stands to reason that it's probably the ones stating these narratives that are the ones benefiting from them the most. We have just gone over some of the most prevalent lies, coming mostly from the left, about Elon Musk. We reasoned and used first principles to critically think through these accusations. We can safely say that Elon Musk and DOGE are not interested in looking into your finances. They are interested in looking into the finances of the bureaucratic leviathan. We can safely say that no one who truly needs to be on assistance programs will lose their benefits. And we can safely come to the conclusion that Elon Musk is not a Nazi. We must be able to critically think through any accusations against anyone, especially anyone who is trying to help. And I think it's clear that Elon Musk is trying to help. There are no personal advantages to him doing what he is doing. Again, the opposite is true. He has endured lies about him and has had his life threatened. He has every reason in the world to not do what he is doing. If after going through all of this, you are still hell-bent on believing the things that the left and mainstream media are saying about Elon Musk, I have to assume your inability to think critically, or that maybe you are willfully blind. Elon Musk is one of the most intelligent people in the world. That is obvious by the fact that he has built innovative companies, cars, rockets, AI, and more. The smart thing for us to do is at least listen to him. So for those of us who can think clearly, where do we go from here? We must speak up and support Elon publicly. We must get involved. If you work in government and know of any waste, fraud, or abuse, contact DOGE and let them know. See something, say something, right? It must be a priority to us. If Elon Musk can find the time to head the Department of Government Efficiency and still run Tesla, X, SpaceX, and other businesses, we can find time too. If we don't, and the left and the bureaucratic Leviathan stop him from doing his job with DOGE, we will lose our republic. Elon is trying to save us from ourselves. He is reaching out a hand, and all we have to do is reach back and grab it. You can't be afraid of the liars and the misinformed. You must be more afraid of what will happen if you don't speak up than what will happen if you do. If the United States goes bankrupt, we will lose our country, our home, and the freedom to say what we want about Elon. And the whole world will lose any stability, and it will be our fault. Support Elon Musk. Repost him. Share his memes. Share podcasts he appears on. Share this video. Buy a Tesla if you can. We, here at OAN, have supported Elon Musk for a very long time. We put our money where our mouth is. You can get involved too. Speak up and say, thank you, Elon.
Hey, Bob.